Hey, what's up, Josh? First off, I want to say that your website looks really good. The design and layout look really great. There are minor touches that I would add personally, like these links right here for these little cards. Instead of opening in the current tab, I would prefer to have them open in a new tab so I could stay on this page. But that's just my personal preference. This section about like your little stars and ratings and stuff like that. I hear mixed reviews about including this because, of course, it kind of seems like biased or not the most accurate depiction of your skills, right? Um, and it's kind of like if you're on an e-commerce store and they have like all the 4-star, 5-star reviews. Like, of course, you're gonna put good ratings on your skills, right? And of course, you don't want to put like a low rating for your skills, so it doesn't really make sense to add it here. Um, and I would let my projects speak for my skills, right? So instead of um, telling us what your skills are, just show it via your projects, which I think you do well down here, right? Um, One thing I would add is that a lot of portfolios that I see, and I did a quick poll on LinkedIn for portfolio designs, and it seems like people tend to prefer a single page portfolio. The reason being that you have a short amount of time to grab someone's attention, right? The only reason why I'm looking thoroughly through your web page is because I'm genuinely curious. But for the most part, like let's say you're talking to a recruiter or a hiring manager, they're not really going to go through all of your pages to look through all of your work, right? So it makes more sense to have all of your projects laid out in one page, or at least like your most prominent projects, instead of having like another page like right here, right? Your projects page. And now I get to see all of the work that you've done, but this was hidden to me when I was on your homepage, right? So it would make more sense to have all of that presented front and center immediately. So it's one less click away, a little bit less friction for me to find and discover like your skill set and stuff like that. But yeah, aside from that, I like it. Very good design. Again, you have like a contact section down here, but you also have like a contact page. So it's kind of redundant. You don't really need it, especially if you're gonna go with a one-page design, right? So that's my personal preference. That's my personal experience getting feedback from a bunch of other people on LinkedIn and via Zoom calls and other mentors, right? They say just have it all on a one pager. So that's how I came to that decision. Another thing is that your slide out menu, it's kind of buggy. So Loom is gonna probably bug out a little bit when I do this, but when I minimize the screen and go from mobile, let's see if it'll even load. Yeah, your sidebar, your slide out menu is there, but then when I go back to full screen, it your navigation bar is kind of messed up after I go back to full screen. So that's something that I would look into. Um, and actually, that wouldn't really be a problem if you do decide to go with a one-page design, right? You won't really need a nav bar. It'll probably just be like anchor tags, and it'll just like scroll to the section and stuff like that. But that is something to look into since it is kind of a bug. But yeah, overall, I like the design. The summary of everything would be to list your projects, all of your projects in one page, or redesign it to be a one pager, in my personal opinion. Remove these little stars section, skill section, because it's not like an accurate representation of your skills, right? We're going to look at your projects to see how true this is, right? We don't need you to tell us. Um, and then yeah, you already have your contact section, which is redundant if you have like multiple pages with another contact section, right? So it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, again, overall, great design. I like it. Good work, dude. Hopefully you're able to find a job or whatever you're trying to do with this portfolio.